Welcome to Mumbai. We're at the gateway of India. This is the most iconic landmark here in Mumbai. We've called Mumbai home for the last couple of years, and so we're looking forward to showing you not just the big tourist attractions like this here in the city, but some of the most amazing places that tourists don't come and see. It's really, we want to show you life as a foreigner living here in this city of 27 million people, the size of Australia.
So we want to show you what life is really like in Mumbai, not as a tourist, but as someone living here. So come along with us. It's going to be overwhelming, it's going to be crazy, but most of all, it's going to be fantastic. So come along for the ride. We'll show you around Mumbai. India can be a little overwhelming, especially if it's your first time travelling here. It's the most populated country on the earth, and Mumbai, formerly known as Bombay, is one of its mega cities. It's a city like no other. So we think we found it, platform 7, first class coach. So I think we're on the right train. Let's hope. With Mumbai's overpopulation, there's a stark economic contrast where extreme wealth and poverty coexist in close proximity, with many areas having luxury high-rises surrounded by slums and impoverished communities. Then you have the famous historic Fort Precinct, which was established by the British during the 17th and 18th centuries. It's renowned for its impressive colonial architecture, including Gothic and Victorian styles. It's here we're meeting up with our friends Paul and Anya.
We made it on the train in Andheri. Now we're heading into Churchgate. It's a fast train, first class. First class feels like second class or third class.
I'm waiting for the free drinks.
Yeah, that's right. the free drinks.
When do they supply?
I think I've got a drink in my bag for you.
Trolleys coming by.
Yeah.
The local trains are a great way to get around and see Mumbai, but we avoid them at the start and end of a working day. They'll be very overcrowded and you'll be packed in like sardines. So we obviously caught the right train.
So just across the road of Churchgate railway station where we just arrived, here is Western Railway's head office. It's a really old British building that was built in the 18th century. Very lovely manicured lawns, and the building itself is a pretty amazing old British architectural building. Just opposite the University of Bombay, with its large clock tower that was designed to look like London's Big Ben, is the Ovel Maiden. This place has seen many great Indian players start their careers here, including Sachin Tendulkar, where he first started playing in this area, and also Sunil Gavaskar. So this is a must-stop if you're a lover of cricket. All this whole park will be filled with people having games of cricket everywhere. So glad to get out of the crazy Mumbai traffic and find an awesome coffee shop. Look at that, beautiful cappuccino and
cheesecake.
So as excited as we are for this, there's something even more exciting we're about to tell you, and that is we're in the process of getting a new website made up.
Yeah, we're super excited about it, and to be honest, we've wanted one for a while, but we've been putting it off. We didn't know the first thing about how to build a website, and then we were worried, well, how much does it cost to get someone to do it for you? And then of course, once you've got your website, you want it to appear at the top of people's searches, like SEO. All of our social media platforms are starting to grow, and so we needed help also understanding how to manage those properly. And then we met Kyle, the founder of Seamless Sites.
What we love about Seamless Sites is they're results driven, meaning our goals are their goals. They're going to be able to help our channel grow into a viable business. They're a smaller company, so they'll be able to tailor their services really to our needs.
And we were really surprised at how affordable their services are. Their websites start from around 880 Australian dollars. The SEO packages from around 490 Australian dollars per month, and they'll manage all of your social media platforms from around 149 Australian dollars per month. And of course, they're happy to discuss with you to build a package that meets your needs and your budget.
They've given an amazing special offer to FairDinkum Adventure viewers who sign up for a website. Not only will you get a 5-page website for $500, which is normally $880, but they're going to include a domain name, an on-page SEO, 10 days free social media management, plus a whole lot of other stuff which we've listed in the description below. It's only available to the first 10 FairDinkum Adventure viewers. So to apply, check out the details below in the description for this very special offer.
So if you need someone to build your website, increase your presence online, or handle the management of your social media platforms, then we would totally recommend Seamless Sites. They're really a one-stop shop for all of your digital marketing needs. And we'll let you know when our website's soon. We're very excited. We're going to be unveiling it very soon.
A cold coffee.
Cheers, Glenn.
Now we're walking down to the gateway to India. It's a little bit of a walk. Then we'll do some Indian street food. In the evening we'll go to Marine Drive. That's the plan for the day. Trying on some local boots from the local Jutawala. So I just stopped at a little side stall. They had shoes. I saw these really awesome leather boots. And they're all handmade from Indian buffalo leather. They were awesome, they were really good. So I can get them handmade up. They make them for me for around 1800 rupees, which is about 35 Australian dollars. And it'll take 4 days for them to make it for us.
On just about every street, you'll find a sugarcane juice stall. We stop for a drink and to rehydrate from the hot, humid Mumbai weather.
You've had sugarcane juice before?
Yeah, but it's not. Yeah, not just once, I think. It's delicious.
Was that tasty, Tim?
That was so tasty.
How can we tell that you liked it?
I love my sugarcane juice. Much nahi to kuch nahi. Okay, we're at Bademiya. It's a famous street food. Well, they do kebabs and all, chicken and veg for a kebab roll. Really famous here in Mumbai, at the back of the Taj Palace, near the Gateway of India. And the line up later on tonight will be really huge for trying to get some of these kebabs.
Indian opinion, which isn't very long, it's been 4 days only. It's delicious.
Delicious. Did you try that one already? Can be a bit busy walking through here. Pretty packed, but this is where all the sellers are with food and drinks and snacks and all sorts of little souvenirs that you can get. We arrive at one of the most iconic places in Mumbai, the Gateway of India. This magnificent monument is not just a symbol of the city, but a testament to its rich history and cultural heritage. It was built to commemorate the visit of King George V and Queen Mary in 1911. It was actually completed in 1924, but it took nearly 13 years to build. It's witnessed many important events over the years, including probably the most famous would be the departure of the last British troops in 1948 that marched through the archway, out to the boat, out to the naval ships, and said goodbye to India, which marked the end of British rule. Today you'll see lots of crowds gathered here and tourists alike getting pictures in front of this architectural marvel. It's really Bombay's biggest tourist destination if you're visiting this place. You'll see there's scaffold around. It's about to undergo extensive restoration work, but it still brings in the crowds. So just across the road from the Gateway of India is the Taj Mahal Palace. It's a 5-star hotel considered one of the finest hotels in the East. It gained international attention in 2008 from the Mumbai terrorist attacks when the hotel was targeted. Inside there's a memorial wall of the 31 victims who lost their lives. Many famous people have stayed here at the Taj, including Queen Elizabeth II, King Charles, the Beatles, Muhammad Ali, anyone that's come to Bombay who's a famous Hollywood actor, they've stayed there. Our favourite place in the Taj is the Harbour Bar. When we have visitors come to visit us here in Mumbai, it's one of the first places we'll take them, and you can have their signature cocktails by the harbour since 1933 and their Bombay Blazer. Absolutely a must try when visiting Mumbai.
Oh my goodness, this is good.
Okay, we've made it to Marine Drive, famous Esplanade part of Mumbai. We're here for the sunset, and I'd say there's literally probably thousands and thousands of people that are sitting all the way around. As far as you can see, all the way down. As far as you can see, you've got thousands of people just sitting on the Esplanade.
Today we're meeting up with our Scottish friends Kyle and Sarah, and we're visiting another of Mumbai's iconic landmarks. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, Chhatrapti Shivaji Maharj Terminus, or CSMT. It's renowned for its stunning architecture and its historical significance. It was formerly known as Victoria Terminus. It was commissioned in 1878 to commemorate the visit of Queen Victoria to India.
Amazing. Everywhere you look, there's something new, something different, something you didn't see. Gargoyles, animals, fruits, gold. It's beautiful.
And today it serves as a major railway station for the city. To really understand its history, we arranged for a local guide to show us through.
This is of course the most iconic building in the city, the Chhatrapti Shivaji Maharj Terminus. But the tour is called the crown jewel of Mumbai, because this in all reality is the crown jewel of the city.
And it's designed in Gothic Victorian style.
It's Victorian Gothic style of architecture.
What makes that unique?
So essentially, if you look at the gargoyles at the top that are coming out, and the different animals that have been carved in the wall, and the entire facade itself, it's a very colonial look, or Gothic in a way. Having said that, there's a lot of Indian elements to this building as well, including the lion and the tiger on the front gate that depicts India and Britain, the 16 communities of India. So in a way, when this building was built by the English, it was their way of saying that this building is as much yours as it is ours, and is as much ours as it is yours. So this building is a fusion of what India and Britain are together. In my opinion, that's what it is.
See in the middle of the building up there, Queen Victoria was up there. And in the early 1961, her head broke, so they took her down to fix her. But she's disappeared, and because it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, they can't replace it just with anything there. So it has this big gaping gap in the middle of the building, right up there. We've come to Mani Bhavan here in Mumbai. Well, what's Mani Bhavan? Oh, this is Mahatma Gandhi's cottage. He lived here in 1917 to 1934, and this was his main stay when he'd come here to Mumbai, where he'd wrote letters to Roosevelt, to Adolf Hitler, and this was his main office and residence here in Mumbai when he carried out his secular work. Today, Mani Bhavan, it is a museum where you can come and read a lot about his life and see a lot of the things that took place here in this cottage, but also the impact he had here in India, trying to get India's freedom from the British colonial rule at the time. So a lot of us know of Mahatma Gandhi and 500 rupee on all the Indian notes. Mahatma Gandhi's face is on there. So one of the features here in the museum is a timeline documenting Gandhi's history from the time when he was in South Africa to how he eventually became a lawyer, a barrister, and then ended up here in India. Mani Bhavan was Gandhi's headquarters really for the 17 years that he lived here. That's where he used to write all his letters to Roosevelt and Adolf Hitler and many other politicians and world leaders at the time, and really trying for his political party to get the freedom from the British rule. And that was where his main office was, and this is where he lived and slept and worked. So it's really interesting, a lot of information here of Gandhi's life here in Bombay. If you're coming to Mumbai, it's definitely worth a visit to come in here and see the life story of Mahatma Gandhi.
To see how life really is in Mumbai, how the locals live, you need to get away from the tourist areas and head out into the suburbs.
So we want to show you a little bit of what life is really like for us living here in Mumbai. This street nearby our house is full of markets, so there's trolleys everywhere with fruits and vegetables and all sorts of things that you can buy, and it's always busy.
It's very different to the fort area we were just showing you. Like, so once you get out of the fort area, you get into the suburbs. It's very busy, and it's really, you won't see many foreigners. I think we might be the only foreigners in this whole area. But we've been walking through here now for quite some time. We're known by some of the locals now.
Because people around here, they usually cook for themselves at home. They don't get takeaway or eat outside. So there's fruit and vegetable trolleys everywhere for them to go and buy their fresh fruits and vegetables. So they just walk out into the street, buy what they want for the day, take it home and cook it up. So you'll always find people in the street that are buying food and buying their goods, and especially on a Sunday, because Sunday is everyone's day off, the streets are always busy with people getting their necessities for the week. So anyway, we're gonna
keep walking and exploring the markets at the moment where we are. Yeah, it's a very busy area around here, but it's got some really delicious street food or some lovely restaurants and cafes. But you got everything on the streets here that people are selling fish. You know, like they got behind Serena just there, pomfrets up here. वो नाम है
गानी है
रानी है फ्रेश अच्छा कितने किलो है
किलो नहीं वो वाटा ये जो ये 100 का
अच्छा अच्छा ठंडा
हाँ रानी
हाँ ओके ठीक है बहुत शुक्रिया जी एक चित्र ठीक है स्वादिष्ट मछली अच्छा है थैंक यू
बॉम्बे का मच्छी है, बॉम्बे का मच्छी।
हाँ बॉम्बे या मैक्रोल है
इसका नाम सुरमई मच्छी। His name सुरमई।
सुरमई ऑस्ट्रेलिया में वो नाम मैक्रोल है मैक्रोल।
इसको पॉम्पलेट
हाँ पॉम्फ्रेट है
ये तो पम्पलेट नो ये सुरमई और वो शम्मी
ये रावस
अच्छा या वाह आपके पास बॉम्बिल है
बॉम्बिल है ना इधर है ना बता बॉम्बिल
अच्छा बॉम्बिल अच्छा Bombay duck yeah so that bombil is the #1 favorite machli in Mumbai आप bombil पसंद है they love everyone loves bombil fried the locals, they say, oh, you're having outside food or inside food? Meaning, are you cooking yourself or you're going out and getting takeaway? Well, we get a lot of outside food. And this cafe is my favourite in all of Mumbai, Cafe Bahar, which literally translates means outside cafe. And they have amazing keema pao, but my favourite is their mixed hakka noodles.
Timmy's been craving his noodles all week, so we're going to go and have
the
mixed
hakka noodles. You'll see. Let's go. Salam alaikum. That's right. Australia, अगले हफ्ते Australia for 4 महीना. Yeah, then अगले साल जाएंगे. Yeah. So this is one of the managers. He always takes my order on phone, but today we're going to have khana upstairs. ठीक है? All right, bye. Thank you.
So we're going to eat upstairs because it's AC. We're being led into the inner sanctum, into the little private room inside. It's all AC up here, but this is like a little private room where you can just sit in peace and eat your food. Sit on the floor, get yourself comfortable.
Mixed noodles.
This is the mixed hakka noodles with prawns, tandoori chicken and lamb. That one is a
Singapore noodles.
chicken Singapore noodles. Look at that goodness. Mixed hakka noodles.
They look very similar, but they taste completely different. Here goes. So the Singapore noodles, just a little bit of spice, but it's got a lot of fennel seeds in it, so it's got that sort of licoricey, aniseedy sort of flavour if you're into that. It's so delicious.
The other thing they give you is some extra chili if you like. So I always like to put a little bit just on the side, mix it through a little bit according to my taste. You might be thinking, noodles in India? We're not in China, we're not in Singapore. Actually, India has a very unique cuisine. It's called Indo-Chinese, where it's an infusion mix between Chinese and Indian spices mixed in. Yeah, super tasty.
So it's very common to find. And actually sometimes, you know, when you're a little bit, you've had a few too many curries and you're sort of a bit over it, this is a great alternative for us Westerners especially.
Yeah. Oh, the caramel custards.
So we couldn't finish our noodles, so one good thing in India is they'll always parcel up your leftovers so that you can take them home. So you always get everything that you've paid for, which is great. So we've got lunch sorted for tomorrow. Stick this in the fridge when we get home. But right now there's always room for dessert, of course. So we're going to have the famous caramel custard. That was lunch. Cafe Bahar.
You must be wondering what it cost us
Yes.
for 2 full noodles like that with leftovers, so lunch for tomorrow. 2 caramel custards and 1 large bottle of water. 490 rupees. And that works the equivalent to about $9.50 Australian.
So under $10. We've each had lunch today. We've got food for tonight or tomorrow, and we had dessert. So that's pretty good, I reckon.
Too right, absolutely.
Sometimes there's not even room to walk.
Yeah, crazy. But you know, you come to India and expect all your senses to be attacked, from your hearing to your sight, what you see, to your taste, to your smell. So many things, you know. That's what makes this place so unique. So
it's not always in a bad way, you know. The colours everywhere, the music everywhere, the amazing flavours and the tastes. Like, it's full on, and people here in Mumbai, they love to live full on. So everything is full on. The food's full on. The sound's full on. Like, everything's full on. So
you're either going to love it or you hate it. One of the two.
So all along this street here in Mira Road, there's sabziwalas, vegetable sellers, all the way along the street, vegetables and fruits. You get chilies and garlic and onions and potatoes, like everything along here. So it's always really fresh, it's cheap, it's a local market. It's on every day in the evening from about 4:30. So we like to come down here and get some fresh vegetables.
Batana 40 sada, batana 40 sada, batana 40 sada.
This, which reminds you of okra or ladyfingers, is not. It's ridge gourd, and I got a really nice recipe to make with that. It's like a crunchy vegetable. Wine.
It's okay, 250.
गाजर बीच कबाब और आधा का
Or 30 for...
There it is. Shukriya. So that's a milk shop. They have real cows there, and they get the milk straight from the cow and sell it. And it's right on the main road here. So we've got some friends staying with us from America, and we're just going to take them over to our neighbour's place for dinner. Our neighbours are such a beautiful family. We love them to bits, Ishvara and Asha, and she is one of the best cooks ever. And everyone is sitting and having pani puris.
This is how you do it?
नहीं चमची से लेता पावेला हाँ पानी yes ada udah
Pick one that fits in my mouth, first of all. Putting in the green and chutney juice. Then it all goes in. Super tasty.
It's so good.
The mint chutney is like a bit salty, a little bit spicy,
And sweet.
and then you've got like the sweetness from like the other ingredients.
This is really good. This is really, really good.
You killed it.
Maybe.
No, you can do it. You can do it.
Gold.
Yeah.
Superb.
Good.
Golgappa is what they call them up north. But
yes
here, pani puris in Mumbai. Asha is an amazing cook and always looks after us and their health.
It's like having shots.
Food shops.
Food shots. Kana, acha hai?
बहुत अच्छा My father's Asa restaurant.
Yeah,
My father's never goes to restaurants. They are eating home foods only. So my father's like people saying, where did you want to eat? So my father says, I eat only Asa's restaurants.
Asha's restaurant, yeah.
Best customer. Number one
Yeah.
customer.
And Disha.
Disha, look at you, wow.
Today is orange color, but now I don't have any orange color, so I bought this type of orange and this combination of.
Wow.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Done.
Someone had 100 pani puris extra.
Well, you know, some of us have got it.
So eating the 100 puris.
We made it to Dharavi, and there's our guide Hitesh
And cheaper.
and Shifa.
Hi.
These guys grew up here, and they're going to take us through, and we're going to find out about one of the world's largest slums, and how it's a thriving billion-dollar industry it turns over. It's actually quite unique. It's only like about 2.3 square kilometers, but has over 1 million people. It's 20 times more denser population than the whole of Mumbai. And Mumbai is a pretty populated city. We're looking forward to going through and showing you guys a little bit about Dharavi, the help of Hitesh and Shifa. So Dharavi, it was originally a fishing village, I heard.
It was originally a fishing village and also used to be the edge of one of the islands of Bombay.
I see.
So Mumbai used to be 7 different islands before. Mahim was one of the islands.
Okay.
And Dharavi was the edge, so it was a very good location for all the fishing
Yeah.
that used to be done here.
So how did it become such a massive big slum area?
This land was empty when the project happened on by Villard to manage to get all those 7 islands into a single land city.
Right.
When they did that, this came in the center part of the city. Used to dump garbage on this land. So many people who came for jobs in Mumbai, they were pushed by authorities from South Mumbai to the north.
Okay.
And this is where people saw an empty space with a lot of garbage.
Yes.
And people started living here.
Yeah.
With making huts and houses.
But now it's become one of the sought after lands for developers to buy. People now are selling big sections of it and moving out while developers build. So
High-rise
it's
apartments.
changing quite rapidly now.
It is. Dharavi is in a very prime location now. Dharavi is surrounded by 4 railway station. Airport is not very far, only
Yeah.
30 minutes drive. So yes, land is very valuable. All the developers want this land to make high rises, make some profit.
Yeah.
Commercial part, it's more toxic. All these bags you see over there, it's all plastic in them. Plastic recycling is the main business of commercial, which is collected from all over the city, from dumping grounds. When people from Dharavi buy plastic, they sort out the plastic according to quality, then crush it using a machine into very small pieces. And also you might be noticing that it's mainly men in this area. That is because people who work in the factories are not from Dharavi. They're coming from small countrysides, from North India mainly, to find a job in Mumbai. Because back in their villages, opportunities and salaries are very less. So families stay back, take care of the farm. Men come here to get a job, send money every month. They make about 400 to 600 rupees per day, which is about 12 to 15,000 a month. Not a lot of money to also live in a city like Mumbai.
But a lot of their work is accommodation is provided where they work.
Exactly. That's the reason why they could save good amount of money. If they want to rent a property here inside Dharavi, it could be half of their salary. So they asked the factory owners, like, can we also stay in the factory? Owners allow them. Owners get 24 hours of security for their factories, and work is always on time.
It's amazing to see how the process of plastic recycling is done. And even older women have to keep working into their 70s and 80s just to survive.
Okay, lift. Where? Up the head? Okay. No problem. कोई बात नहीं. आप परिवार नॉर्थ इंडिया कहाँ से है?
हम लोग यूपी से है।
हाँ यूपी अच्छा गुड।
हम लोग यूपी वाले हैं। नहीं वो 25 पूछो, आज के दिन में कोई मेहनत काम करता है। और देखो पूछो वो बताएगी।
उम्मीद जात से खुशी हुई बहन। That's unbelievable. Cool that. Yeah.
We continue walking through the maze of narrow streets and alleyways, which is filled with sweatshops and manufactory plants.
But enough people live in these type of areas in Mumbai still feel happy and proud to call this place as home. Because there are so many people in Mumbai living on the street with nothing. People on the street, just a tarp sheet on the head, no electricity, no water, no sanitation facility. Not sure whether they get food today or not. Here, at least people have a small house, a job to do, and nobody in Dharavi sleeps empty stomach. Even if I don't have food at home, my neighbors will look after me. So there is poverty in this neighborhood, but there is a strong sense of community. People look out for each other. I heard one of the good saying Shakespeare said. He said, I cried when I had no shoes, but I stopped crying when I saw a man without legs. People understand that, and they feel happy in what they have. Can you guess which animal?
Crocodile.
Crocodile?
It kind of has that texture. I don't know why I thought
This is a water buffalo.
Water buffalo.
Really?
Yeah. made to look like crocodile or snake.
Ah, trick pattern.
With this, yeah, so that's the texture plate. These plates are put in the machine, they heat up the plate, press it, and it comes out like crocodile, snakes, dinosaurs. But if you see any leather jacket or a bag with an alligator print, it's probably fake because wild animal skins are banned in India. So we just give out the textures. Yeah. Majority India uses goat, sheep and water buffalo. Yes, majority India cow slaughtering is banned. These are goat skins.
Can I film?
Yes.
So before it goes in the ironing machine, see how creased it is? And then they put it in, and after it goes through, it's smooth as like this. No creases whatsoever. Wow. Good luck. Bahut shukriya, bhai. Bahut shukriya, thank you.
Right next to the tannery factory is the leather shop. Here is where the finished leather is used to make shoes, belts, wallets, leather jackets and many different types of bags. From here, it's sold and shipped all over the world.
The name Dharavi has negative connotations across India, but now the younger generation are starting to realise that Dharavi isn't a slum anymore. It's a massive industry. So you can see they've got their own logo, their own brand. Dharavi, made in Dharavi.
It's one of the main waterways here that all the sewer, the waste, everything, the drain, stormwater, all comes into here. A lot of the rubbish is picked up. They have it actually recycled through, but what can't be recycled in Dharavi ends up here and eventually ends up out in the ocean. So that's one of the big things here, the pollution aspect in Mumbai. And there's issues there behind trying to fix a lot of that. But it's amazing what Dharavi does in the recycling of many plastics and items that we just discard in the rubbish, that they'll go through and collect and recycle. So it's pretty amazing. Dharavi was made really famous by the movie Slumdog Millionaire. It was the Oscar award-winning movie in 2008, and you'll be able to see a lot of this area where people still today, they live exactly like that. But it's such an amazing place to see just how over 1 million people live in such a small area, and yet it's a thriving industry here, right throughout Dharavi, from everything from pottery to textiles, clothing manufacture. You see he's got a lot of jeans on the bike. They've just been all stitched and made, and now they take it off to their little stores or the shops that actually they sell to. You'll find fake imitation brands or big name brands throughout the world. We know that a lot of them are made here, which are not the genuine item.
It's called Kumbhar Wada. Kumbhar meaning a potter. Wada means a community, so it's the potter's community. Yes, around 1200 families in this neighborhood making pots. They get these skills passed down to generations, so they don't attend any school to learn the skills. And they get clay from Gujarat, delivered to Mumbai. After making lumps, they put those lumps on spinning wheel, give nice shapes of pots, dry them under the sun. After drying, they bake the pots in these type of kilns. And that's an oven in where they bake the pots. It is baked with the help of waste pieces of garment and cotton. Wood is heavy and expensive. Waste pieces of garment, they get it for free from garment factories, which we saw. They burn it. When the pots are baked, they decorate them, glaze them, polish them, sell them around the country.
Well, we've come to Dhobi Ghat, is in the Guinness Book of Records as the largest open air laundromat in the world. It actually had over nearly 500 people at the one time at the same location washing clothes. There's over 10,000 Dhobis that work here in the area. There's a lot of history here at Dhobi Ghat. It's right next to the Malaxmi railway station, and back in the late 1800s, a lot of the British officers would bring their laundry to a lot of the Dhobis that are on the side. They set up here to get washed. And now, a lot of the hotels or a lot of the hospitals and Indian railways send or bring all their laundry comes to here. So, pretty amazing industry to be able to see. And here you really get a contrast of the chawls, which are where all the laundry is, and then the high rises, being new high rises that are being built. So we're on our way to the famous Dhobi Ghats with our good old American mate Javin and our Scottish friend Kyle behind us. We've done a few tours together.
But we're going to Dhobi Ghat.
And what we're going to see at Dhobi Ghat?
We're going to see where they do the washing of clothes and ironing. For 150 years they've been doing it this way here in India. So
yeah, good.
And here's our friends here.
Give me 5. Now we've come inside the Dhobi Ghats. We're going to have a first-hand look. We've got a private guide. Aapka naam kya hai, bhai?
Vishal.
Vishal. So Vishal's our guide for the Dhobi Ghats.
They are taking the cloth from the market. First step, they will write the number. So they will know which cloth, which customer, they will write the number.
Ah, we were wondering about that.
The number stays?
Yeah, it stays. It will not remove.
Not remove.
Because it will hide. When you wear, it will hide. It will not show.
Yeah.
So they will put all the clothes to the market.
Now, how much does the customer pay?
Per clothes, 25 rupees. So new market has there.
For one item?
One item.
25.
Yeah.
And that's for wash, dry, iron, so
Pick up, drop, all.
very good.
But, your customers come from where?
They will go, they have like a railway or hospital, local, this clothes like a local market.
Okay.
And when you see there is a lot of on the top. They are coming from the nearby, like a houses, nearby house, so they are giving the clothes.
You've got businesses everywhere in here. People set up their own business. And they're working above each other, different levels of floors, and they're doing different types. From just general clothing to those down below doing a lot of the hospital sheets and Mumbai railways, and man, it's a real opener to see this.
That is the house also here, only for the worker. They will take from here to here, one box is like a 2 people, they will take the this house from the society, they will pay the rent, 3,000 for this. 2 people will sleep here, they will make here food, they will eat. Also they will do the iron on bed, on the top. Here we hang the like
So the rent storage every month, the rent, how much?
3,000.
3,000 for this.
But this is where you work as well.
You work, you live, you eat everything here.
Eat everything. Wow. There you go. Iron बहुत heavy है ना?
7 kg.
7 kg. Wow. So आप बहुत strong. But can you lift that pile?
I'm worried too, bro. Let's see what happens. Yeah. It weighs about 7 kilos, I would say.
That's a rough estimate.
Yeah, exactly. So you have a big bicep then?
Dhobi Ghat 894 chemical boxes like this.
How many?
894.
894. Wow.
That the whole time they are doing by the hand. And we don't have a dryer, so there is a rope. Instead of looking, we are putting the clothes to the hand. So in the rainy season, we can take quickly. We are not putting the packs of it because they are damaged.
Right. So on average, every month, an ironing wala or some of the Dhobis that do the washing will make around 12,000 rupees, which is the equivalent to maybe 220 Australian dollars, $180 US a month. But that's all their expenses taking out of that. That's what they're left with, about 12,000 rupees a month. But they live here, they work here, and then once every few months they may go back to their village and see their family, and then they come back here and just work and live here. But then you've got the other extreme, the new high rises behind me. That's around anywhere 1.5 to 2 lakh a month for a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom. So it's just crazy, the two extremes from that, the high rises, to how people are living here.
Pretty tough life, isn't it? But what people do just to make a living and survive, like just to have somewhere where they can stay and they've got, you know, some sort of friend or family or someone with them. It really goes to show how little you actually need to survive, isn't it? And that's really all they're doing. They're surviving, sending money home to the village, to their family.
How's your chai, guys?
बहुत अच्छा
बहुत
बढ़िया
अच्छा
बढ़िया
chai?
बढ़िया
बहुत अच्छा chai.
Yeah, exactly.
When you think of Mumbai, what do you think of? Bollywood, of course, Bollywood. So welcome to Film City. We're going to take you on a tour through Film City. Bollywood, here in the heart of Mumbai. It is the second largest film industry in the world, after Hollywood, of course. Bollywood, we're going to take you through, who knows, we might see some stars, we might see some sets. So let's go check out Film City, Bollywood.
Inside this, there is a kind of a advertisement, commercial, and this Lamborghini belongs to the hero, and his name is Karthik Aryan. This black car is inside. Makers are making this of movie Pathan of Shah Rukh Khan. This is a very famous show in India. The name of this show is Tarak Mehta Ka Ulta Chashma.
So this is the famous temple scene for many movies here in Bollywood. They use this temple and dress it up and make it look different, I suppose, for each time they use it.
You can see the layers of different colours of paint behind it. Apparently they repaint the temple for each different movie they're doing to match the colour of whatever their god they're using in the movie. You can see, look here, paint, all different colours are down here. Paint over top of it and keep changing the colour for each different movie.
We've just come into the Golden Gate, and you can see on the wall here all these hand-painted murals of some of the famous scenes of Bollywood movies throughout the years. And inside we're going to go and see some of the more spectacular sets that they use for some of the movies too. Come and have a look.
PK movie, and Amir Khan look like Amir Khan dubbing, Amir Khan actor dubbing.
Very good, very good.
नमस्कार, आदाब, सत श्री अकाल। वेलकम टू बॉलीवुड पार्क। मैं आपकी दोस्त और होस्ट करिश्मा वाबले आप सभी का तहे दिल से स्वागत करती हूँ। दोस्तों, हमारे बीच में इंटरनेशनल टूरिस्ट भी है, तो मैं चाहूँगी कि उनके लिए एक वेलकम होना चाहिए जोरदार तालियों के साथ में। हेलो गाइस, How are you? बहुत अच्छी यार, इनको हिंदी भी आती है, क्या बात है. So welcome to India, welcome to Bollywood Park और आपके लिए जोरदार clapping. So guys, are you excited for the show? तो आज आपको कहना है lights and let's go.
लेट 80s और 90s में आमिर खान, सलमान खान और शाहरुख खान ने दर्शकों को एक बार फिर सिनेमा घरों की ओर आकर्षित किया. तुझे देखा तो ये जाना सनम. इस दौर में शाहरुख खान बादशाह ऑफ बॉलीवुड कहलाए गए.
Indians, they will enjoy it because they understand the song references and the movie references. It's all those movies that they grew up with. So unless you have, a really broad knowledge of Hindi movies and songs, the rest of the tour in here pretty much don't expect any English, but it's interesting nonetheless.
Well, we hope you've enjoyed seeing the sights of Mumbai, the tourist areas and the area, and a little bit of insight on our life as a foreigner living here. If you liked the video, give us a like and subscribe. What do you think? Is Mumbai a city you'd love to visit now?
And if we haven't tempted you enough, then join us on our next FairDinkum adventure, Ultimate Mumbai Street Food. Not one to miss, check it out, subscribe so you don't miss it. Here our lovely tour guide Pooja.
Namaste everyone. Your
thing on it.
My favorite.
Yeah. How Gali means alley of treats. Literal translation would be eating lanes.